Chapter 11. Vanessa Mai, a 21st Century Musician.
Vanessa Mai was born in Singapore in 1978. Her mother was Chinese and her father was from Thailand. At the age of 4, Vanessa Mai moved to London, England, with her mother and stepfather. As a young child, Vanessa Mai was already a talented musician. She took her first piano lesson when she was 3 years old and her first violin lesson when she was 5. Developing skills. Vanessa Mai studied music at the Central Conservatory of China in Beijing. She was the youngest student the conservatory had ever accepted. She also took lessons at the famous Royal College of Music in London. The director of the college described Vanessa Mai as a true child prodigy, like Mozart and Mendelssohn. When Vanessa Mai was just 8 years old, she had to make a big decision. She was equally gifted at both the violin and the piano, but she had to concentrate on just one instrument. Although she had just won a prize at a famous piano competition, Vanessa Mai chose the violin. At the age of 9, Vanessa Mai went to Germany to take violin classes for advanced students. The best students were usually chosen to be a part of the recitals just once or twice. Vanessa Mai was chosen 4 times. These were her first performances in front of an audience. By the time she was 10 years old, Vanessa Mai had studied the violin at some of the best schools in the world. She made her first professional appearance in 1988 with the Schleswig-Holstein Music Festival in Germany. Vanessa Mai often played Mozart concertos. A concerto is a piece of music written for one or more solo instruments accompanied by an orchestra. Accomplishments. By the time she was 12, Vanessa Mai had played with orchestras all over the world as a soloist. She had also released 3 classical recordings. Soon, however, Vanessa Mai wanted to try playing other kinds of music as well. Although she loved classical music, Vanessa Mai wanted to experiment with other kinds of music. At 14, she began to combine the traditional sound of her acoustic violin with the sounds made from her new electric violin. She called this music techno-acoustic fusion. Vanessa Mai loved the music that the 2 types of violins made together. Her first album with techno-acoustic fusion music was called The Violin Player. It was instantly successful and sold in over 20 countries. It was even a hit on the best-selling music charts. No longer just a classical musician, Vanessa Mai was asked to perform at international rock concerts. At a concert in Switzerland, the audience of 50,000 people gave her a 20-minute ovation. The crowd did not want her to stop playing. Vanessa Mai has sometimes been criticized for not just playing classical music. However, she feels it is important to introduce violin music to a new audience and that her style of music has been helpful in reaching that goal. If, as a result of my music, people see the violin as a fresh, up-to-date instrument, that's fine with me.